Welcome to Big D's Wood Shop. And this is my wood shop. It's kind of a wreck right now, but it usually is. I don't know many woodworkers whose shop don't look cluttered up, but this is it. I have my old radial arm saw that I use mostly for storage, and down there at the end is my miter saw, chop saw. I have a assembly bench that doubles as a off feed table for my table saw. Have a Delta bandsaw. I like it pretty good. It's got the Craig bandsaw fence on it. I really like that. And over here, got my joiner. Uses catch-all sometimes, like most people, I guess. An old Craftsman table saw. I don't know exactly how old it is, but it runs good and cuts pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with it. Like everybody else, I'd like to have a better one someday, but we got to do what we got to do. This is a old Shopsmith I bought used. I only give a couple $100 for it. I've had to make some repairs on it. It works really, really good. I'm real happy with it. I use it mostly for sanding, and I have that Be All buffing system I use it for on here. And sometimes for tricky drilling jobs, I use it for the drill press because of the tilting table's easier on this. And then back here I have my I think it's old Harbor Freight drill press. It works real good. I got to find some belts for it. The drive belts are kind of frayed, and then I made this cabinet for it to stand on. It's got all my drilling stuff in it. And this right here is my homemade Cyclone. I made the cart from plans from shop notes, and I got this cone from a friend of my son's. It's a Mike's Hard Lemonade cone. I don't know where he got it from, but I use it, and it works pretty good. I got kind of tinkering with making a different one, that Thane design, or Thine, however you say it. I've been looking at making one of them. I got an old grease barrel over there I'm trying to use for that. This is my Shopsmith scroll saw. I bought it long time ago, back in the 80s. It works real good. It's not as good as the ones they got nowadays, but it works pretty good for me. And on the wall you can see some of my scroll saw stuff. I got a wooden penny and a wooden nickel, and there's the Duke up there. I made one of them for my aunt, and I messed up one, so the next try I tried two of them, and I kept one. I made the frame for it, just a basic frame. I think I seen the design for the frame on YouTube. I think it was Steve Ramsey, that woodworking for mere mortals. It turned out real good. I just got a bad spot there in the middle in the wood, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Everybody wants that, so I'll probably be making some more of them. Over there, I got George Jones. I made that a few days after he passed away. George Jones was one of my favorite singers. You can tell I'm probably a hillbilly. And up there, I got my wooden locks. I got a cross from a fellow woodworker that lived up in Grove City. He wanted a wooden lock, so I sent him a wooden lock, and he sent me a cross back. I'm real happy about that, and I was going to put it in the house, but I thought I'd leave it out here in the wood shop. There's a little deer I cut out, and there's my chainsaw. You can see it. Made that as a joke for some guys at work. Let's see. Get on with the tour. Got an old spindle sander. Bought it used at a yard sale, and Used it forever. Sometimes it's hard to find the drums for it. This is my new Shopsmith. I bought it brand new back in 85 or 86. And I just recently got that chuck for it. It's a PSI chuck. And this is where I do all my turning. I try to do better. I've been learning all the time on this turning, and there's some rough bowls I got, and just an old workbench and my grinder. I ain't too happy with it. I'm trying to come up with another one. And there's my Shopsmith planer. As you can tell, I like Shopsmith stuff pretty well. That planer, I bought it back in the 80s, and I've used the daylights out of it. I've wore out 2 or 3 sets of blades for it, and I'm real pleased with it, you know. And that's about it for my little shop here. You know, of course, I got clamps. You know what they say, you never can have enough clamps. And just junk back there, bicycle back there, and then under them sheets over there is a cradle I made for my grandson, but they got too big for it, and it come back here. So up on the wall there, some more of the scroll saw stuff I've made. But there's Jesus supposed to be carrying the cross. I was going to take that to church, and I do the sound at church, and I was going to put it on my sound booth wall. Just never have. Welcome to my wood workshop sign there I made, and I got a little black lab, so that's me and Missy in the shop. And up there I got a couple of saw blades I made, or hand saws I made, cut out. One's got the eagle on it, and the other one says man cave. And then up there behind that goppy glue bottle is a painting of John Wayne a lady made for me years ago. She made and painted them saw blades and sold them, and she wanted some old saw blades, and I got her about 15 or 20 of them, yard sales and auctions and stuff, and I took them to her, and she painted that picture of John Wayne for me. I've always kept it with me. I've had it probably 30, 40 years, and I just keep hold of it. But, you know, I got my squares and trashed workbench, you know, and dog biscuits, and all kinds of goofy stuff. But this is my little old shop, and I just thought you guys might want to see it, and I'm glad you looked at it. I'll maybe post some more stuff later. Thanks.